got a lot of fun tonight on the show. We're going to talk about the Milwaukee Comedy Festival with my first guest, Greg Bach, at 6:35. Greg is a Civic Media colleague. He's the co-host of Matt and Air on Air that you can hear every day here on the network. They do a great job. Outstanding radio every day, thanks to Greg and Jane. He will be here. Greg is also a comedian and one of the I don't know, actually, I almost said he's one of the founders. I don't know that he's one of the founders of the Milwaukee Comedy Festival, but he is one of the producers of it. So we'll get all the information that you'll need if you're in the Milwaukee area for a really cool comedy contest. This has been happening for a couple decades now, and it looks like they've got some fantastic guests coming up. Patton Oswalt will be there this year. Did I ever tell you, are you a Patton Oswalt fan?
You know, I recently watched a show, a Netflix show that he was on, and it was actually quite funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't really seen his comedy style.
His stand-up is different. He's funny. I mean, he was, he and I, when Jimmy Pardo got married, I was in his wedding party, and instead of doing like a bachelor party, they did a roast at this place in L.A., and Patton Oswalt and I were two of the roasters. I don't know why this is so funny, but he kept calling Jimmy Pardo Johnny Pardo, and that just floored me every time. So he's a funny guy and a pretty good actor. He was on King of Queens. I know he was in Justified, but he's going to be at the Milwaukee Comedy Festival. We'll talk to Greg about that at 6:35. Always fun to have Greg on the show. Then my pal Catherine Lake, who I said this Friday. We tried to get Catherine on Friday. I think she had a last-minute scheduling conflict or phone issues or something, but Catherine is largely responsible, or played a hand in, I should say, getting Nite on the air. So I'm always grateful for that, and I just like her so much anyway. She's a great person, and she will be here. Catherine manages WMDX in Madison for Civic Media and kind of oversees the John and Gordy show, and they are pals of mine as well. Catherine will be here at 7:05 to give us details, what little we know so far, of the Godfather of Green Bay screening in Madison, December 4th. That is going to be for a great cause, folks. I don't think we've zeroed in on exactly what the cause is yet, but it's not Conrad's walking around money. It will be for a good cause. So we'll do that at 7:05. Catherine will be here. We'll discuss that and give you more details throughout the next few weeks as they come in. That's going to be fun. And it's going to be at the Atwood Music Hall, the brand new Atwood Music Hall. Very excited to see that. I've never even been inside that, so I'm excited to be part of that and show the film there. I have not screened that film in many years. And then at 7:35, okay, so we start in Milwaukee, we go to Madison, then we come up here to Northeast Wisconsin, and our pal Dan Davies will be here. He's going to have a special guest with him, too, which will be fun. And they're going to be talking about independent film awards in Northeast Wisconsin. Michael Seibel is the director who's going to be with them. They're giving Michael Seibel a Lifetime Achievement Award at the NIFA Awards. It's the National Independent Film Association Awards. It takes place in Appleton, October 4th. That's this weekend. So Michael and Dan will be here at 7:35. Dan's always fun, and it'll be great to meet Michael. So there you go. 4 kick-ass guests on tonight's Wednesday edition of Nightlight. Conrad Krieger is working the board furiously right now, folks. How you doing, buddy?
Well, I like that intro there.
That you're furiously working the board.
I feel like I do that every night, right?
It's the only way to do it, really.
Exactly.
I mean, you bring it. You bring the A game. Cubs have a split now. They're 1-1,
yeah.
So
that's going to be a great game tomorrow.
So what was it 3 games or 5? I can't
3
remember.
games.
It's 3. So did they do yesterday Wrigley, today San Diego?
No, it's since the Cubs had a better record, they get all home field advantage for the wild card.
Oh, my God. That's huge.
Yeah, that's why it's back to back to back. It's 3 games in a row.
I was wondering about that today. I'm like, that doesn't make sense that they would fly all the way to San Diego to play a home game. So that's a huge disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
But they're still 1-1. So who knows if this freeway series will happen or not. We'll see.
Yep. And if you haven't watched MLB playoffs yet, do yourself a favor and watch because it's electric right now.
It's pretty exciting. I have not watched 1 inning of it so far, and it's my team that's playing. I know. I just couldn't. And
it's at like 2.
It's perfect. I mean, it could not be on at a better time. I just have so much to do. I can't keep up.
You're just not serious enough about them.
I'm not serious about it. I will say there is a bit of a letdown after 2016 and that huge long wait of 110 years. It's kind of like,
Yeah, all right.
I mean, I'm still excited about it, but it's not going to top that. I feel like that was the apex.
Well, now you just got to wait for the Bears to win another one.
Well, the way they're going, they look better now, but I hope I didn't have to wait 112 years for that. My grandpa lived his whole life and never saw the Cubs win a championship. So, although the Brewers,
they haven't won it.
They haven't won either.
So
that would be pretty.
That would be
pretty sweet for our state.
The greatest feeling I've had for a sports team.
If you had to pick a Wisconsin team,
the Brewers,
over the Packers, even.
Well, I guess for me, because I've seen the Packers win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I mean, I was only like 11, but still, it was really cool.
But is that why? Like,
if
neither
Brewers
of them had won a championship, who's your favorite Wisconsin team?
Oh, well, I would say the Packers.
The Packers, okay. The Packers have won 2.
Well,
in the last.
It's just because I'm a huge football fan. I like football more than baseball. So.
You know how I can tell you're a huge football fan?
Why is that?
Because you say football.
Football. Football.
Most of my favorite hosts when I'm listening to my sports podcast, the National Football League. It's not just the T isn't even in there. So I could tell you're a big fan. Hey, I'm trying to find the text we got last night. We had kind of a fun question last night. It was, when you think of a mediocre sitcom, what show comes to mind? And my friend Alan Martin, I didn't see this till late last night, but Friends. Very controversial. I thought Friends was funny. I mean, it was weird because it took me a couple years to warm up to that show because they were so cuddly and fuzzy, and it just drove me. I didn't like it. I tuned out the comedy because it was so annoying. But then the writing just shone through, and it was a very funny show. And I became a huge fan.
It's probably my 4th favorite, I'd say, shows.
How I Met Your.
Yep.
Then what?
The Office.
The Office. Okay. Then.
I would say WandaVision, but
no kidding.
It was a top viewing experience for me.
Wow.
If you don't know, WandaVision is in Marvel, and it's like it goes through every single decade of TV, every episode. It's so cool.
All right, I'll give it a look. So where are you? And you just watched you were watching The Office right after we got on the air here.
Well, remember how addicted I got to that instantly. It's just that dry comedy just gets me. It was so funny.
You haven't taken to Seinfeld quite the way you did to The Office.
No, I'll say I'm enjoying Seinfeld, but it is hard to binge it like I did The Office or How I Met Your Mother.
Where are you now in Seinfeld?
Season 3.
Okay, that's a good season. Season 4, maybe the greatest season of television ever. Because the whole season happens, and then they call the whole season back. And it's the whole season is about the making of the show Seinfeld. They do a pitch to NBC, Jerry and George, kind of like modeling it after their real experience with Jerry and Larry David. It's just, I've never seen a TV season like that. So stick with it. I'm glad you're digging it.
Yeah, I think my favorite episode so far is the one where the apartment one.
What's that one?
Where George and I can't think of the girl's name again. What?
Elaine.
Thank you. Where she wants a new apartment. George is moving out.
Oh yeah.
And then it goes to another person after it at the end, and they get invited to the housewarming party because they got the apartment for them.
Oh wow. I thought you were going to say the one where Elaine was going to move into Jerry's building.
That's what I think it was. Yeah. No, not that one. Oh yeah. Okay. Jerry was going to get a new apartment. Yes, that's how it went.
Yeah, and then there was like a rock band playing at the end of it.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Okay. Season 3 is great too. I almost like, have you seen the one yet where George is dating the woman and he leaves a horrible message on her answering machine and they try to steal it back?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever laughed as hard. That and when Elaine is yelling Stella and takes the muscle relaxers is just brilliant. So anyway, I think it's time we got to get to our Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
Are you ready for this, Con?
I am.
What celebrity has the worst hair? What celebrity has the worst hair? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can text us on the app. Very easy to do, and you're going to need the app anyway to play our Go for the Green and Gold Text to Win multi-state contest. I'm going to give you details about that soon. We only have a few more nights left of the Text to Win contest, but you'll need the app. The app is a great way to get a hold of us here. Text line is fine, and if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X, you can drop us a stream comment there and let us know who you think has the worst hair. What celebrity has the worst hair? It's funny because my initial reaction, and I didn't put this on social media, was Boris Johnson. He was the prime minister of the UK, and he has really bad hair, but intentionally bad. He's trying to brand himself. It's very obvious. And he just looks like a meatball. So that was my initial thought. I did not go. I went with Bon Jovi because I think Bon Jovi, he's one of those guys. Like, if you're a metrosexual, just own it. You know, if you're really into your appearance and how you look and everything's got to be perfect. Like, the people that have kind of driven me the most crazy are the ones who go to painstaking efforts to make themselves look like they don't care about their appearance. They've got rips in their jeans, but the rips were put there by Calvin Klein. It's not from bad hygiene or rolling around with a dog.
Bear attack,
yeah, that would be cooler. And I knew this guy once, he would spend 2 hours on his hair to get it to look messy. And I feel like that's what Bon Jovi does. And it looks very 80s. I just have totally soured on their music over the last few years. I just don't need it. They got some good tunes. I know there's a lot of Bon Jovi fans out there. I say Bon Jovi. Conrad said Russell Brand.
Yeah, his hair just looks like it smells.
He just seems like a dirty guy.
It looks like he just was like, all right, I'm just going to grow out my hair, and that's his hairstyle for the past 40 years.
Hey, what is he doing? Cut that. All right, it's Night Light with Pete Schwaba. That's our question of the night. Let us know. Be part of the fun, folks. And when we come back after this very short break, I'm going to tell you about my experience with a wasp. It's Pete Schwaba and Night Light on the Civic Media Radio Network.
.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
The green and gold tailgating the frozen tundra. Lambeau Field has a legacy all its own, including where to build it. Residents on both sides of Green Bay argued for it. Officials wanted property with room for growth. In the end, 50 acres of farmland was purchased, but the address, Schwaba. More bargaining, and in 1956, the land was annexed to Green Bay. Now, do you know the other reason leaders considered this annexation so important? Parking, beer sales, keeping the Packers in Green Bay? The answer coming up. The Green Bay City Stadium project moved quickly from there and in less than a year opened with a Packers-Bears game. It became Lambeau Field in 1965 following the death of team co-founder and coach Curly Lambeau. So did you guess why the land annexation was so important? It's all three, keeping the team in the city, parking, and beer sales. Schwaba was dry at the time. Officials believe Packers fans wanted to be able to buy beer and could in Green Bay. This history makes it a true slice of Wisconsin. I'm Terry Barr for the Civic Media Radio Network.
Grab yourself a bowl of booyah to help hooah. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. And on Saturday, October 11th from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m., you can come enjoy a bowl of booyah or take it to go at Lenny's Tap as part of their fundraising efforts to help support Hooah, a group dedicated to helping out our American heroes with suicide prevention awareness and support for veterans. So get hungry and plan to buy many bowls of booyah at Lenny's Tap on Saturday, October 11th. Check it out, head to WGBW.FM and click events.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders. innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of
Lite. Great to have you with me, folks. A gorgeous Wednesday here in the state of Wisconsin. We are broadcasting statewide from beautiful downtown Green Bay. And just digging this evening. It is a beautiful night. So today, I'm sitting on my porch. I usually start my day with a cup of joe. Sitting there listening to the various tools being used in the neighborhood, leaf blowers, chainsaws. It's always something different where I live. Slightly rural, but it's in the city. And every morning, there's like one wasp that hasn't died yet or something. And it finds me. And I always go back to someone saying, well, don't swat it. You'll just make it mad and it'll bite you.
Bite.
So I try to do, or sting, whatever. So I try I try to ignore it. It does not go away. This thing is like persistent. And today it landed just next to my neck. So I flipped out. Like I completely turned into a spaz because it's not supposed to land on you. And I don't know whoever started that whole, don't swat a wasp, just let it be. Well, okay, it's going to sting my jugular, but I'm going to listen to this person from the 1970s. And when I swat it, they go away. But today I was like, all right, I'm going to try just to absorb this and see what happens. It was terrifying.
Yeah. I'm not a bee fan over here.
Me either. And I've been stung enough to know I don't react. I feel a pinch. Like one time I had a chain on because I was that guy.
Yeah.
In the 80s. And I was on the subway and I thought that one of my chest hairs got caught in the chain and I started moving it around. Next thing you know, I'm holding the wasp and it bit my finger too. And it stings, but it's not horrible. I'd rather be stung, but like your neck, you don't want to get a wasp sting in your neck.
One time I stepped on one and it stung right under my big toe. That didn't feel great.
That cut into your 40 time.
Yeah. I would say so.
That was horrible, though. So, hey, you're watching this show.
Yeah.
I cannot leave the Dexterverse. I'm watching Dexter Resurrection. I need a Lisa Hale fix so we can discuss this, but I haven't moved on from. I watched last week tonight a little bit of Bill Maher a few nights ago, but other than that, it's just Dexter. I'm consumed.
Yeah. I am watching Chad Powers.
Yeah.
And it's a new show.
Glenn Powell.
Yep. It's based on a little skit that Eli Manning did where he went to a college, dressed he put on, makeup and all that stuff to disguise himself, and he tried out for the team and was Eli Manning. So obviously he's playing good. The guys were like, who's,
Oh, I remember that.
So it's based
what
on
that show is based on?
Yeah, well, kind of. That's, they made it into a show, and Glenn Powell plays this guy named Russ Holiday who played for Oregon, and he was, in the national championship, was going to win, but he celebrated too early at the one, threw the ball.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
And then they were facing Georgia, took it back and ran it for a touchdown to win the national championship.
Oh, my God. Live with that the rest of your life.
I mean, that's what because he's looking, he's like, what just happened? Because he was celebrating in the end zone, looks over, and it's a touchdown for Georgia. And let's just say the comedy it's pretty funny. The story's a little weird, but after that, he's watching the Georgia player run it, and this guy goes, "Hey, Russ, I still love you. Could you sign my kids? Could you sign my kid's ball?"
College
after that,
player?
Yeah. And the guy goes, and Glenn's character goes, "No." Guy keeps bugging him, so he turns around and knocks him. And it's all on TV,
Is that a true story?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just in Chad Powers. So and then 8 years later, he's trying to be a football player again. He thinks he's going to the XFL. Contract gets canceled. Hears that a local college is doing tryouts because their quarterback went down. So his dad works prosthetics for Hollywood. So he puts on makeup and goes to try out. No one knows it's Russ Holiday.
And the same thing happens. He gets the ball. It just looked like it was trying so hard to be funny. But
Okay,
I'll give it a shot. But it's not getting great reviews. It's okay.
The story is not. It's weird. It's like.
It's based on an Eli Manning skit. I mean.
But the comedy is there. There's some parts where I actually laughed.
Okay.
I was like, I wasn't expecting to laugh.
56% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, 57% audience. So.
Yeah, I could see definitely.
Well, that's interesting.
Just give it a watch.
Yeah.
But, if you got Hulu, you're going to have to suffer through all those ads.
I don't ever watch anything on Hulu. It's crazy.
Every single, 8 minutes, there's 2 minutes of ads.
Who did you send me a picture? Is that Gene Katie, the former Purdue coach?
Well, there's a text that came in that said that.
All right, let's go to that text. I got to find out who. This is bad hair. Wow. That's a bad hair piece. Where are her texts? I can't find. I'm totally discombobulated. On the stream, Dave says Carrot Top.
Yep, definitely.
Dave doesn't like the gingers apparently. And Kathy Griffin. Yeah, keeping in Kathy Griffin. That's interesting. She just kind of has. Well, they both have really red hair, but Kathy Griffin just has kind of bushy. I never thought about her hair. Carrot Top is blatantly. I don't know what's going on there. Edward from the 414 says Gene Katie, old Purdue basketball coach. Yeah, awful comb over. Conrad shared it. Put that in there. There you go. He one time blew snot during a game. It was so disgusting. He was yelling at a player, and something came out of his nose and landed on his chin. And it looked like, talk about a prosthetic. It was like swinging around while he was yelling. It was so disgusting. It almost made me not a college basketball fan. It was so gross. And that's Gene Katie. That's the first thing his hair is the second thing I think about. Tyler from Wisconsin Rapids says, Fred Flintstone, Schwaba dabba doo. That's right, baby. Thank you, Tyler. Sydney Politics. Dave's stream friend says, I don't know who that is. We're going to Google that, and I'll read it when we come back. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. We're coming back with Greg Bach, and we're talking Milwaukee Comedy Festival. That's next on Nightlight, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW. As Wisconsin is brats on the grill for a tailgate, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
From the 97.9 WGBW Newsroom, I'm Connie Fellman with this local news update. Appleton is one of 2 cities in Wisconsin that made the top 20 small cities in America list. The personal finance website Wallet Hub released its report yesterday, ranking more than 1,300 U.S. cities with populations between 25 and 100,000. Appleton was ranked in the top 10, coming in at number 9, and Brookfield, near Milwaukee, was second on the list. The group factors in things like housing costs, school system quality, crime rate, even restaurants per capita. Out of the 1,300 cities ranked, Isla Vista, California, just north of LA, came in last, with the lowest median income and highest share of the population living in poverty. UW Green Bay is helping put new business owners on the fast track to success. The university announced a new partnership yesterday where entrepreneurs and local startup companies can get free coaching and other resources to help grow their business. The G-Beta UWGB program is a free 7-week no-equity accelerator program. Its aim is to provide startup founders with coaching and programming, as well as access to a large network of mentors, customers, and investors. Startups across Northeast Wisconsin and right here in Brown County are encouraged to apply. The program kicks off October 28th. With news at the top and bottom of the hour all day and on demand anytime at WGBW.FM, I'm Connie Fellman, 97.9 WGBW News.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Have you
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging.
Jane Matnair and Greg.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. Great to have you here on this Wednesday night. The last farmers market in downtown on Broadway. I got to keep catching myself, Conrad. I've never been to the farmers market here.
I haven't either.
It's like $9 for an ear of corn, and you have to cook it yourself, and there's no butter. How is that fun? It's not, folks. So we're going to bring the fun to make up for that lack of fun. And oh God. That was brutal. That might be the worst. Let's just move on. All right. This is exciting, though. Things are about to pick up because my pal Greg Bach is about to join us. He is a fellow host here at Civic Media. He is one of the co-hosts of Matnair on Air. He does Every Day with Jane Matnair. They do a great job talking current events. They'll make you laugh. They do it all. Greg is also a very funny comedian and one of the producers of the Milwaukee Comedy Festival, and he joins us now here on Nite over the stream. Hey, buddy.
Hey, my friends, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
We can hear you great. Did you get a haircut, Greg?
I did. I got a haircut, and I got rid of the beard, and yeah.
I'm not entirely sure that's Greg Bach, Conrad. Can you verify?
I think that is Greg.
The voice sounds real. All right. I trust you. Hey, buddy. It's great to have you here. You look outstanding.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me this evening. I appreciate you.
My pleasure, and I think there needs to be more comedy. Anytime there's a festival or a fun show coming up, we have to talk about it. But before we get there, and maybe this is apropos because you just got a haircut, not saying you have bad hair, certainly, but what celebrity, Greg, our question tonight has the worst hair?
Oh, boy. Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh. What celebrity has the worst hair?
I say you could think about it for a while, and we can come back to it. I said Bon Jovi.
Really?
Russell. Yeah, it looks like he spent 2 hours trying to make it look perfectly messy. It's annoying.
Oh, see, that doesn't sound like you don't. I think you're jealous of that hair, Pete Schwab. I don't think it's about the quality of his work. I think it's more about the impact, and you're jealous of his coif. And it is coiffed for 40 plus years, and it's always his hair has stayed as relevant as his music has stayed relevant.
Well, we could argue that too. I don't think his music. I have jumped off the Bon Jovi train years ago. I just find.
Oh boy! Welcome everyone to Pete Schwaba being brave.
Oh, but listen, I thought you actually
were truth to power.
I thought you were talking. I thought you were going to fight me on that for a minute.
No.
Okay.
I understand I understand the impact of Bon Jovi, and I understand that people love Bon Jovi, and they have a place in this world, and God bless them for doing what they wrote amazing songs that make you tap your toe and take you back to middle school dances. And yeah, so I'm pro Bon Jovi, but I just don't listen to them anymore.
When you say Bon Jovi and I say Bon Jovi, are we talking about the same band? I just want to clarify that before.
I just like feeling a little sassy. Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
You give love about a name.
He's a very handsome man. There's no doubt about that. So we'll come back to you.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my noggin here, my brain box here, and try to think of a celebrity with the worst hair. Okay.
The other one, Greg, I had was Boris Johnson. That was a runner-up. That guy's just a clown. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with that hair.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The fact that anyone has ever taken him seriously is beyond me.
Correct. All right, Greg, so let's jump in. You've got this great comedy club. Now, did I read this correctly? You're moving, right? Are you in the new space yet?
Not yet. We have not announced the new space yet. We're in the throes of movement and finding and negotiating and all the things, but we cannot announce anything yet because we do not have those details to put out to the world. As soon as we do, we will let everyone know. And and the old space, we closed that in mid-June of this year, this past summer, I should say. And we've been looking for a new spot in Milwaukee because that is where we are a Milwaukee club, we're a Milwaukee company because we're Milwaukee comedy. And so, with more days that come, we will give more information.
Awesome. What is that old comedy cafe space on Brady Street still available? Is anything in there?
It's gone.
What do you mean gone? They knocked it down?
They knocked it down. There's an arcade bar there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just gone. Well, actually, I don't know if you knew this, but they were on Water Street just before, if you know Milwaukee, they were on Water Street just before it became Brady. And then they moved to Old World 3rd.
I remember that.
It was a nice small room. It was really fun. I really liked that room. The only thing I didn't like is the back walls had mirrors along it. So while you were doing stand up, you were watching yourself do stand up, which was a little disconcerting. But then that one closed, I think, in 2018, and then Joker's closed, I think, the following year. And that was it. We were bereft of comedy clubs in Milwaukee, the city.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
For like a solid 2 years.
So what made you? Then the Laughing Tap appeared, and then problem solved. So what made you want to do that? Like for a comic to do that, that's a pretty big plunge, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it was the fact that we were already putting on shows around the area, and for a while, we were purposely putting on shows during the week so we didn't compete with the clubs. We didn't, we understand everyone's got to make their money, and we didn't want to try to hone in on anyone's territory. But as we kept doing more shows and the consistency of the clubs, I shouldn't say consistency, but sometimes they'd be open, sometimes they'd be closed. So we started doing shows on weekends. Plus, some comics just can't do a Tuesday night. They want to do a Friday or a Saturday. So finally just became part of the story of we will build a comedy club or we will open a comedy club in the next few years. And then it all got hit. The gas got hit hard because someone offered us a space. And in January of 2020, we opened the doors. In March of 2020, we closed the doors for 4 months.
Oh, man.
So...
Well, I applaud you. I think that's so great. And I thought, if I was ever going to own a business, I mean, what more fun could you have than owning a comedy? I'm sure it's got its headaches. I'm sure comics are difficult to deal with sometimes. But How much do you make a year, Greg, doing that?
I make exactly 32,000 laughs a year, and that's not counting taxes, which I pay. I pay my taxes. Looking at you, most of Congress, and no, I will say this. One thing that we've talked about before amongst us, who me and Caitlin and Matt, we are the three who run the club, is we've been very lucky to never work with any comics who have been massive headaches. Everyone's got their personalities. You know this as well as anybody. Just because a comic's quiet doesn't mean they're mean or they're rude. They just might be quiet. A lot of comics are introverts. A lot of comics, when they get off stage, they're not about going to the bar and whooping it up. They want to go in the back room. They want to think about their show. They want to decompress. That being said, everyone, I can't think of a single comic who's walked through the room who we've ever said, cannot do this. They are too much personality, too much ego, too much, don't like that at all. Never again. We've been very lucky in that sense.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, you kind of can pursue the ones you want, too.
Absolutely.
The people's reputation sometimes precedes them, so. Well, that's outstanding. I look forward to the new space, even though I never made it into the old space. I will definitely.
No, Pete, you didn't.
Well, listen, I asked I said I could do a tight 5, and you said no crowd work within that 5, and I said I'll take a hike. I have my.
You have your I've got my standards.
That's in my rider. Yeah. All right, so tell us about the comedy festival, Greg. It's I believe it's this weekend, correct?
It unofficially starts on Monday with the Roast of Milwaukee, which is put on by Milwaukee Record. That's happening at the Cooperage, hosted by our friend Kristen Bry. And it's going to be Milwaukee comedians roasting Milwaukee like they have been. I think this is the 8th or 9th year. Very, very fun. Always a good time. Always making fun of the fun things about Milwaukee and suburban Wisconsin and things like that. Yeah. And then Tuesday kicks off the official event with Aparna Nansherla, who she's been in movies and TV shows. She has written a wonderful book. She will be opening the show at Lakefront Brewery on that Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 7th. And that show is creeping towards sold out. So if you want to go to that show, you want to get tickets sooner than later, you can do that by going to mkecomedyfest.com. And then the next night we're going to be back at the Cooperage with Sean Patton, who you've seen on all the late night shows. And his show, he's a co-star of the show English Teacher, which just premiered their 2nd season last week on FX. He plays the gym teacher. He will be headlining the Cooperage that night on Wednesday, the 8th. Beautiful. And then on the 9th, actually, I'm going to go to the 10th real quick. Friday, Shank Hall. Punky Johnson of Saturday Night Live, formerly of Saturday Night Live, will be headlining Shank Hall on the 10th. I'm so excited to meet her and to watch her work. It's going to be a great time. That Shank Hall is one of the best rooms, one of the best non-comedy club rooms in this city or I've ever been to. It's just perfect for comedy. Intimate, quiet, low ceilings, dark, great staff. Always love working with Shank Hall. And then going back to Thursday, the 9th, we are working with our probably the biggest get. He is the reason why I do stand up. We have Patton Oswalt. He will be headlining the Pats Theater. All those tickets, you can find links to those tickets at mkecomedyfest.com. And the thing is that all those shows will have comics on there from the fest, people who have been admitted in. They submitted, we've admitted them in, they are going to be part of it. And then throughout the weekend, Friday late nights, 2 shows on Saturday, 2 shows on Sunday. And we talk more about that in a moment, but they're going to have a lot of great comics from all over the country doing shows, doing sets. But those are our big 4 headliners: Aparna Nansherla, Sean Patton, Punky Johnson, and of course, Patton Oswalt.
That is an outstanding lineup. My guest is Greg Bach, folks. He is the co-host of Matt and Air on Air that you can hear every day here on Civic Media on the network. And he's also a comedian and one of the producers of the Milwaukee Comedy Festival, and that's what we're talking about right now. I was telling you a story, Greg. I don't know Patton Oswalt. By the time I had moved to L.A., all he had to do was go on stage, and I remember this vividly, and he went on stage and he said, Matt Damon, and people erupted at the anticipation of what he was going to say. I'm like, this guy's a juggernaut,
Yeah.
And then I was telling Conrad, my pal, Jimmy Pardo got married, and Patton and I were both on the roasting team. I don't know him, but he kept kept calling Jimmy Johnny Pardo, and it was the funniest thing. Like by the 8th time he said Johnny Pardo, I was in stitches. He's a very funny guy.
He is. He's very funny, and he's
And a
one of
good
those
actor.
comics. Very good actor, great writer, knowledge of movies is wonderful. He's written a couple great books I've read, and he is, like I said, the reason why I do stand up. He is my number
That's so
one
cool.
guy, and I'm going to do my best to be both a professional producer, which I always am, but also try not to fanboy out too much if I have the opportunity to meet him. And yeah, he's just what I like about him so much is that he also grows. He is a man who is, I think, knocking on 60, and there's a lot of comics out there at his age could do whatever they want or do nothing, but he continues to grow in not only his comedy, but in his opinions of the world, and it's great to listen to him talk about that on stage and be funny at the same time.
That is a great point, because I remember, you remember the HBO Young Comedian specials?
Absolutely.
Sometimes they would have someone on there, and I'm like, well, that's a great point. I'm not really laughing. It's very rare that you can have a Bill Hicks or a Patton Oswalt. He's become that guy who can say really insightful stuff and be hilarious. Greg, let's pick it up right there. We're going to do a really short break, and we'll come back and talk for a few more minutes with our pal Greg Bach about the Milwaukee Comedy Festival. We're coming right back. This is Night Light with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're out of sight. All right, just move yourself and you glide like a 747 and you lose yourself in the sky among the clouds in the heaven calls. Let this groove right up the views. It's all right.
As Wisconsin has a fish fry on a Friday night. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Are you ever questioning when life will slow down? Are you ever thinking of just relaxing and enjoying the simple things? All of this is possible, even while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong.
We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the lakeshores of Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota,
the fertile fields of Indiana, Illinois, and Iowa, to the wide open plains of North and South Dakota,
we are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on wgbw.fm/contest-terms. Local news, weather, and sports on air and streaming on the Civic Media app. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Welcome back. Great texts. Folks, keep those coming. Our question of the night is, what celebrity has the worst hair? I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. We will get to your text soon, and I will give you some more info on our Go for the Green and Gold text to win multi-state contest here at Civic Media. It's really fun. We've been having a blast with it. It goes through Friday. More details coming up in Act 2, and I will give you the keyword shortly after that as well. So stick around. Right now, we have a few more minutes with our pal, Greg Bach, who is one of the co-hosts of Matt and Air on Air every day here on the Civic Media Network from 9 to 11. And how are things going there? Are you and Jane still getting along, Greg?
Absolutely. We have a great time. It's really,
She's
really
great.
fun. I'm very, very lucky to be doing that show. I'm really lucky, honestly, when it comes to this network. And I'm not saying that because I know our overlords are listening. But
They're not
really,
listening. Come on.
Radio is something I always wanted to do. I never thought there was going to be an opportunity. And then I received one opportunity. And then more happened. And now I am where I am with the Matt and Aaron and with Jane, who is a legend. I mean, all the time we hear people saying things like, you're with Jane. I've been listening to her since I was a kid.
She's so
and then I don't
great.
tell her that because then she's like, oh, people are calling me old. I'm like, take a compliment already, would you? But yeah, I mean, it's great. We have a really great time. I think the show is great because we talk about important things that affect Wisconsinites, things that affect Americans. But then we also do know how to keep some lighter tones in there. We know how to poke fun at what needs to be poked fun at, revere and respect that needs respect. But we always want to make sure that for ourselves as the people doing the job, it can be a lot looking at the news every single day and trying to decide what we want to talk about, but then trying to involve a bit of levity, if you will.
Absolutely. Greg is also a very accomplished stand-up comedian and comedy club owner. The Milwaukee Comedy Festival starts Monday, October 6th. They have a great lineup. Patton Oswalt, Punky Johnson, Sean Patton, and Aparna Nancherla. Am I saying that right, Greg?
Yes, you did. Good job.
Oh, wow.
All right. Yeah.
Look at that. I'm getting better at this.
Yeah,
So are you going to perform? Are you emceeing or doing anything? Can people see your act?
No, I don't perform during the
Okay.
fest. We that's something that I hold very strongly for me. It's like I'm not against anyone. I'm not against producers performing in their own festivals if they'd like to.
Sure.
I, for myself, don't, because we have so few slots to begin with that every one that I may take is one less that a comic gets, and especially if they're traveling from around the country. It's just for me, and also to have to think about my set and then also go on and then put on the show and have it's not apt for concentration and good performance. So I'd much rather just watch and then enjoy from that point of view.
Well said. Let me ask you this. Is there pressure? I mean, this festival's been around for many years, but Milwaukee kind of has a reputation of the city of festivals.
Yeah.
Is there pressure to put on like a great festival every year? Do you feel like you do that every year? Or do you ever feel like, oh, we could have, the city's watching, right?
Well, I think that for us personally, like the pressure that we have is not coming from outside forces. It's from within the pressure we put upon ourselves to create the best festival possible with the best headliners and the best people from around the country, from around the world coming through, slotting the shows. I mean, I don't know your experience with producing shows, but putting together a show, in my opinion, is as much an art form as stand-up comedy can be as well, because you have to look at the show, you have to look at the time slot, you have to look at the people, you have to say, okay, these people complement each other, these people have the same style, so we don't want to put them either next to each other or even on the same show. It's about crafting a show and crafting a festival, and the pressure really comes from within. I mean, people have a good time. They have a great time.
Yeah.
And we get great, we get great notes and great words, and we have a lot of great reviews from people, both, performers, producers, managers, agents, all the, the only pressure I really ever feel is, can we do as well as we did the year before? And I can't think of a single festival we ever did where I said, well, let's never do that again. In fact, we actually did a festival in 2020. We did the 14th and a half annual because it was much smaller, less people, less applicants, and we kept it very, very safe. But even that one was great because it knew what it was in the time we were living, and we were just trying to get out and have as much of a good time as we could with masks and no vaccine. So, yeah, the pressure always just comes from within. And then as soon as we're done, we're like, oh, and then for like 15 seconds, we're like, let's never do this again.
Wow. I can't even imagine. That does sound like a lot of pressure. Greg Bach is here. We're talking about the Milwaukee Comedy Festival. It starts Monday. Coming up at 7:05, Catherine Lake will be here. The station manager of WMDX will be discussing a movie screening of one of my films in Madison. I'm excited about that. And then at 7:35, nice. Dan Davies and director Michael Seibel. Yeah, you going to come, Greg? They're showing a film I made.
I'll be to your movies more times than you've been to the Laughing Tap, Peep Schwaba.
I will come to the Laughing Tap as a show of good faith.
There you go.
I want to be there anyway. I'm sure you guys are going to have a great space. Before we let you go, Greg, we've got about a minute. Who makes you laugh? You're a savvy guy, probably a little jaded when it comes to comedy. Who's out there right now that really makes you laugh?
I mean, honestly, the people who make me laugh aren't even comedians sometimes, or people that comedians make me laugh off stage privately. We're having a good time. But I would say someone who still makes me laugh to this day who's performing. Oh, God, another one of those. I would say Kyle Kinane. I would say Kyle Kinane always makes me laugh. There's something about him that just sounds so conversational, but it's so brilliant the way he talks. And and then someone like my friend Matty Field, who always makes me laugh when we're hanging out. And he's a great comedian, but he's even funnier off stage.
I like all these guys. You've had Kyle at the festival before. Love Todd Berry.
Yep.
Brian Posehn, lovely guy. Mary Mack, she's been on the show. She's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
You guys,
a lot of my friends are on your show.
Oh, well, hey, keep sending them. We love the comedians. So it's
absolutely.
Greg, best of luck. Crush it with the festival. Keep us posted. And I really, truly cannot wait to see your new space. So keep me posted on that as well.
Will do, Pete. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Okay, buddy. That's Greg Bach. Listen to Matt and Air on Air every day here on the network from 9 to 11. Such a great show. Greg is outstanding on the show, as is Jane. So we will wrap this up for intermission and be back for Act 2 with Catherine Lake. And a key word awaits all of you folks. Do not go anywhere. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Jumping on a fast train. Gotta go on the lamb.
If it happens in Wisconsin, filter out.
Local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Day one of the government shutdown, the Senate voting on the same two bills they couldn't pass yesterday. The result was the same. Another vote won't come until Friday at the soonest. The stalemate leaving federal workers potentially without a paycheck, even when they're required to show up to work, like air traffic controllers and TSA agents. This controller at John Glenn International Airport in Columbus, Ohio.
You can only ask people to do so much, genuinely. Even if a service is very important, people are only going to do things out of the goodness of their heart for so long.
Lisa Cook keeps her job for now. The Supreme Court today declining to act on the Trump administration's effort to immediately remove her from her job as a Federal Reserve governor. The High Court will hear the case in January. Protests in multiple Mediterranean countries after activists on board a flotilla of vessels sailing toward Gaza today said that the Israeli Navy had intercepted 3 of its boats as they approached the besieged Palestinian territory. This is ABC News. In Munich, Germany, a bomb threat forced the closure of the Oktoberfest fairgrounds. Police say the threat is likely tied to the same suspect behind an explosion at a residential building earlier in the day that killed one person. Walmart says it will remove synthetic dyes and over 30 preservatives or artificial sweeteners from its brands, like Great Value, Market Side, Freshness Guaranteed, and Better Goods. The nation's largest retailer says it moves a step forward in its ongoing mission to provide customers with affordable, high-quality private brand products. Mars, Wrigley, Tyson Foods, and Kellogg have done the same. Roger Federer leads the list of nominees for the International Tennis Hall of Fame's class of 2026. Federer was the first man to win 20 Grand Slam singles titles and ushered in an unprecedented era that included rivals like Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. Other players nominated include Svetlana Kuznetsova and Juan Martin Del Potro. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Connecting audiences, powering brands. This is Civic Media. Learn more at civicmedia.us/advertise.
After further review, hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Packers coaching staff reviewing the tape of Sunday night's game in Dallas, in which Green Bay kicked a field goal with 1 second left, ending in a tie. Matt LaFleur admits that was poor clock management.
Just looking at the clock, I'm like, oh my God, there's going to be no time left. It's a very humbling experience to go through that. It's unacceptable, quite honestly. And there's nothing we can do about it now other than we better learn from it, everybody.
The Packers have the week off before hosting the Bengals Sunday, October 12th. NBA, Bobby Portis says, after meeting with Bucks GM John Horst and Coach Doc Rivers, he decided to stay in Milwaukee.
Being able to have that open dialogue, open communication with John, open communication with Doc, it's been a great experience for me being here in Milwaukee. Definitely would have been weird going to another franchise, and so I'm happy I'm here.
That's Bucks forward Bobby Portis with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
Reach, engage, grow with Civic Media. Log on civicmedia.us/advertise.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly cloudy tonight, a low in the mid-50s. Mostly sunny and staying warm for tomorrow, a high pretty close to 80. And we stay warm with 80s right on through the weekend. Some rain chances towards Sunday. Cooler next week. It's 69 degrees right now.
Jane Matnair and Greg Bach.
Coming up on the show, the endless wheel of litigation. Which Trump-related case are we going to talk about? Jim Santel, friend, colleague, host of Amicus, the Law Review, joins us. Don't miss it.
Matnair on air, weekday mornings 9 to 11.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who likes to talk trash, but only when he's at the dump, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Intermission is over. It is time for Act 2 of this Wednesday edition of Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. So great to have you here tonight, folks. We are doing the things we love to do. Talk about movies and TV, comedy festivals like we did just a moment ago with our pal Greg Bach. Greg was a great guy. Greg's always fun to have on the show.
Yeah.
With or without the beard and the hair. He looks good.
Yes, he does.
That's fantastic. If you missed the first hour, I don't know what to tell you, folks. You can find that podcast at civicmedia.us because we had a lot of fun. We talked about how I let a wasp land on my jugular, and I do not subscribe to the don't swat away a wasp. If a wasp stings you in the jugular, you're going to the ER.
I agree.
All right, as long as I have a medical opinion. Thank you, Conrad.
You're welcome.
And you missed me give the worst segue in radio history. I don't know how I did that, but I made it happen, folks. Our question of the night is, what celebrity has the worst hair? We've got, we're a little backed up on text, but keep them coming. I promise I will get to them, and we will read those soon. Also, in just a few minutes, I'm going to give you folks the keyword to our Go for the Green and Gold Text to Win multi-state contest that we are doing here at Civic Media. We love our contest. It's happening through this Friday, and this is a great one. All you need is to have the app to play, and I'm going to give you the keyword in about 10 minutes. You text that keyword in on the app, and you are eligible for $200 cash and gold jewelry. I said and, not or. This money will burn a hole in your pocket, and you'll have some gold jewelry on top of it, and that will automatically enroll you and make you eligible for our grand prize, which are 2 club-level indoor seats to Green Bay versus Minnesota. That's professional football, ladies and gentlemen. We're not messing around. The kidding around is pretty much over. It's a Green Bay home game on November 23rd at 12 noon. You will also get a gas card to cover your gas money to and from the game. It's over $1,500 in value. Great stuff. All you need is the app. Text in the keyword when I give it in a few minutes. And then when we send you a confirmation text, click on that link and sign up for Civic Media Today, the Civic Media newsletter, some of our socials, and you will have a heightened chance to win. So it's all good stuff. Good luck, everybody. The keyword is coming in just a few minutes. And at 7:35, local actor, Northeast Wisconsin-based actor Dan Davies will be here discussing his big night of awards that is coming up this weekend. It's a great night. It's the NIFA, that's National Independent Film Association Awards. Dan will be here discussing the event, and director Michael Seibel will join us too. But right now, Conrad, can you tell I'm excited?
I think so.
You know who's coming on the show right now, right?
I do.
We've got her, and she can't back out now because I see her on the stream. She's joining us live from Madison over the stream, the station manager of WMDX here in Madison, and a catalyst in getting Nightlight on the air, which for that I'm always grateful. Catherine Lake joins us now. Hey, Catherine. Oh, I think you're muted. That could be a fun thing. We could have a guest on and just mute them and see if I can figure out what they're saying. That would be a lot of fun. Oh, no. Call us. Yeah. You want to give Catherine a call?
I will.
Stay on the stream, Catherine, so we can see you. I want to see Catherine's facial expressions when I tell her things. All right, on the stream, Sydney Politics said, Sydney sent in a voicemail so we knew how to pronounce Mu Zedong. I don't know, but that's a response to our bad hair question. So we'll see if we can find that, Sydney. Thank you for expanding on your choice tonight for our question. Brett from Brown Deer, he's in the 920. Well, Brown Deer isn't, but Brett, his phone is. He says if you consider Trump a celebrity, he has the worst. If not, I'll say David Lee Roth. I assume we're going to get a lot of Trump. The guy has horrible hair. There's no way around that. So I kind of thought maybe we'd get a lot of Trump hair votes, but maybe some people love his hair. I don't know. All right, we've got Catherine on the phone now, Con.
Yeah.
Hey, there you are.
Sorry, I tested it like at 6:30. I'm like, I'm just going to go in and pop into StreamYard and make sure I can get in the room. And I did, and I heard everything, but you couldn't hear me. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. That happens once in a while, and it's still nice that you're on the stream so we can see you while you're talking on the phone. It's great to have you here. How are you?
It's very verite. I am fine, thank you. I'm on my second Manhattan. I'm very tired. I get up with the morning guys, John and Gordy.
Yeah.
So this is like late night for me. It's like being on the Late Show.
Listen,
because you are like being on the Late Show.
Yeah, our show has moved earlier over the last couple of years. John and Gordy moved early. They're on 2 to 5 now or something crazy like that.
Yeah, like 2 in the morning they start. It's crazy.
I say just keep going with the Manhattans and then get a nap and then go help out with the show.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But I have answers for you because I've been listening all morning. The Dexter Resurrection, I really want to press back on that. Really? Seriously? When is it enough with the Dexter?
Well, I'll tell you what's enough. I didn't watch the one where they followed him as a kid. Didn't need to see that. But I am fascinated by the character, and I don't know. I just got into it, and I can't let it go.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll do it. Worst haired celebrity, Russell Brand, hands down, Conrad, read my mind.
Well
and
done.
Johnny Depp, add Johnny Depp to it.
Yeah, he's got crazy kind of, his hair's always
30.
different though, right?
It is, but
Yeah.
his default, in cameos, not cameos, candids, he's dirty.
You know what ticks me off, Catherine, is most of us as human beings, we need our hair to make ourselves look presentable. We're not good looking enough.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like there's people like River Phoenix or Johnny Depp or whoever, Angelina Jolie. They can do whatever they want with their hair because they're beautiful people. Most of us can't get by on that. We need our hair. So
Yeah. No, it's aggravating. Well, good news is you've got the hair. Look at you. You've got a full head of hair.
I'm doing great.
You're like
up like here, and then the rest of the way down, it's a train wreck. But the hair, okay, I'll take the compliment. Hey, so are you not a Dexter fan? Is that what you're telling me, or you just?
Oh, I loved the first series. I did, but when it came back, I just thought, and I think I gave it a try, and it was just, yeah, okay. I've seen this one before.
I'm kind of with you.
Now.
I don't love it anymore, but I'm just kind of hooked, and I have to see what they do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. Hook is absolutely their middle name.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, this is fun, and I want to thank you. This is the reason we have you on here tonight is so you could tell us about your great idea to screen The Godfather of Green Bay in Madison.
Thank you for crediting me with this idea because I have not seen the film, and I thought, what better way than just make him screen it in my town?
You have not seen the film yet?
I haven't.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm deliberately waiting. I was going to many different times, and I kept thinking, I don't know. I want to see it in the big screen. I really do. With other people.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't screened it in years, and it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie to watch with a group. So, the Atwood Music Hall, I think, is a perfect venue. Jenna Emmert is working on that, and we have to pick a charity, though.
We do, and I'm going to probably push back on you and tell you what it is, but I'm not going to tell you tonight because I want to make sure that you actually don't mind. Okay. But I think we know what we're going to do. But, yeah, we're going to find somebody that's going to benefit from these ticket prices, and they're going to be very low ticket prices. That's our goal, is to get butts and seats. December 4th, Atwood Music Hall. They have about 350 seats, so it should be fun. And here's an idea. I'm still bouncing it around. I need your help with this, Pete. I want to do a premium VIP ticket with a talk back beforehand.
Okay.
You get to meet with Pete and say, what the heck were you thinking? I saw this film when it was in the theater so many years ago. I didn't think. And a couple of drink tickets, which will help with those questions. And maybe some swag from the movie. Do you have some posters or something?
I think I might still have some posters. It was so long.
Closet.
Yeah, let me look. Let me find that out. And it's good that people are going to meet me before they see the movie because
they won't want to stick around after. Is that what you're saying?
This might start wailing on me. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm game for whatever. I think it's going to be fun. The Atwood Music Hall. I have not been there yet. Have you seen the facility? It's supposed to be beautiful.
Oh, it's stunning. Yes, it's all wood, but it has this great baffling. It's wonderful sound. And the guy who owns it, Topher, also runs the Burr Oak around the corner. And so it's just a well thought out, great venue. 2 bars, downstairs and upstairs. There's an upstairs. There's a balcony in this place. It's just beautiful.
Wow.
Just beautiful. December 4th. So put it in your calendars. Yeah, we've got that booked. Now, I have some questions for you. I'm going to take over this interview. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
I asked AI. I said, I'm going to go on Pete Schwaba's show, and I haven't seen his damn film, and I need to ask him about this film. So here are the AI questions. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. We need the origin story. What was the very first spark that led you to write The Godfather of Green Bay? Was there a real person or experience that inspired it?
Yes, that's a great question.
Come on, AI.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so I moved to L.A. in fall of '97. I'm there a month, and I get cast in a show with Jim Gaffigan. We're the 2 leads on a VH1 pilot called Laugh Tracks, where I played a VJ and he played the producer. And it got picked up, and they were going to buy 13 episodes. And I was like, this showbiz stuff is easy. You know, I'm having a blast. And then a week later, Jim leaves a message on my machine, and I call him back, and I go, what, did the show get canceled already? Like, we only shot the pilot. And he goes, yeah, it did. So I'm ready to, like, move back to Chicago. I didn't realize at the time this happens all the time, you know. Yeah. So I was kind of depressed. So I sat down, and I wrote about the 2 things I know about. My wife is a teacher. I know stand-up comedy. I played a lot of big rooms, but, you know, when you're getting your chops, you work all these tiny rooms. So I kind of married those 2 worlds. I love Wisconsin characters and small-town bar characters, and there are a ton of those in this movie. So I just wrote about what I knew.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a great answer, too.
Yeah, tip of my hat to AI.
Wisconsin DNA. The second question is about that Wisconsin DNA that's in it. The film is deeply rooted in Wisconsin culture. How important was it for you to reflect authentic small-town Midwest life versus just leaning into caricature?
Well,
good question.
That is a great question. And honestly, I will say this, Catherine, almost every line out of one of the characters in the bar is a line I heard. So this is honest to God, based on my experiences, showing up at a roadside bar to do a show. You meet the local MC who thinks he's the funniest guy in the world because he's doing local jokes that would never translate anywhere else. Thomas Lennon plays that character. Eric Price, Milwaukee actor. We hit a home run in Milwaukee with actors, and they were great. So yeah, it's very authentic. A lot of the lines are kind of as I heard them, to be honest with you.
It's like AI is listening, because the third question is exactly along those lines. The casting choices. You pulled together a memorable cast. Lauren Holly, Tony Goldwyn, and of course yourself. How did you convince Hollywood folks to sign on to a very Wisconsin comedy?
I didn't really have to, you know, we had pretty good luck when we sent the script out to make offers to people. I know Leah Thompson was attached at one point. That fell through because of another project. And we had Putty from Seinfeld was originally going to be Big Jake, the Godfather, the actual Godfather, the title character. But I don't know. You know what? I remember now how we got Lauren Holly. There was an agent called Sarah Raymaker who was from Milwaukee. And I don't know if she saw me in a comedy club or whatever, but she recognized my name and she said, hey, read this. It's funny, to Lauren, who was at her agency. And that's how we got Lauren Holly. So Tony Goldwyn, we added last minute because Patrick Warburton bowed out of the project. So the producer, Brian Edding, hands me the phone. He goes, Tony Goldwyn wants to do the role. So I was talking to Tony Goldwyn on the phone. He was on a plane the next day. It was maddening. All right, we have to do a quick break. This is fun, Catherine.
Yeah,
Catherine Lake is here.
From AI.
Yeah, Catherine and AI are here. We'll have a few more minutes with our pal Catherine Lake from WMDX here at Civic Media. Coming up next, it's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite.
I wanna cry, cry, cry alone. When you're feeling blue, I'm waiting just for you.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
If you're a guy looking for a judgment-free space to come together to talk openly with support, this is the one for you. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. And on Monday, October 6th, from 6 till 8 p.m., it's Mindful Mondays with Brothers Helping Brothers. This is a peer-led support group focused on creating meaningful connection and conversation to help break the stigma around mental health. They meet every Monday night from 6 to 8 at the Terrace Room at Bistro Buchanan. Absolutely free to attend. Check it out. Head to WGBW.FM and click events.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on wgbw.fm/contest. Local
This is Pete Schwaba and Nite. Great to have you here, folks, on this Wednesday night. I am prepared to give you the keyword. I got so caught up talking about my own movie, I forgot to give you the keyword before the break, but we'll do that now. It's our multi-state text-to-win contest. Go for the green and gold that we do here at Civic Media, and it's we always have fun with our contests, and I know you guys are having fun with it too. The keyword for tonight, I've been talking incessantly about the contest tonight, Conrad. It's one of favorites. It's one of Conrad's favorite words. Beer. B-E-E-R. Beer is tonight's keyword. B-E-E-R. So text that in on the app, and be sure you click the link, the confirmation link, and sign up for Civic Media Today, the newsletter. Sign up for our socials, and you will enhance your chances to win. Good luck, everybody. So much fun. My friend Catherine Lake is here. She is the station manager at WMDX in Madison here on the Civic Media Network. She works with our pals John and Gordy and does a great job down there in Madison. We're talking about a screening we're going to have December 4th for a film I made called The Godfather of Green Bay. And she is peppering me with questions via AI, and it's a lot of fun.
It's really good. I can't believe AI got it so well.
Yeah, there's a reason we're all freaked out about this.
Yes! To this next one, can I go with number 4?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, on-set shenanigans. Every indie film has at least one legendary disaster story. What was yours? You won't believe what happened during filming moment.
Wow, I would have to think about it. I will say that we shot in a bar, and we shot during the day. No, we shot at night, and we would finish around 3 a.m., and then they would just keep the bar open. And I was the director, so I was out of there and trying to get some sleep and planning the next day. But as I understand it, the cast and crew had a blast. They went to a strip club one night. They went to karaoke. They just really bonded, and it sounded like they had a great time. I had a great time, too, but I was more focused on making the movie. I have to think about.
I can't imagine. I don't understand how you make films and television. I really don't. I was a PA briefly for one show, not even a season, one show. And I'm like, I'm doing this. 18-hour days without fail.
Yeah. Well,
that makes no sense to me.
You reminded me of something. Okay, when Lauren Holly got to the set, her trailer was right behind a different trailer, and we shot out at this bar out in Menominee County, in Menominee, Michigan, and it was like a slaughterhouse. So she showed up, and her view out of her trailer was like dead cow carcasses or something like that. So that was minor drama.
Shenanigans, that works.
Yeah, but everything fell into place. It was really fun.
All right, next question number 5 from AI.
Okay.
Wearing multiple hats. You wrote this film. You directed this film. You starred in this film. What was the hardest part of being your own boss while also being your own employee?
Oh, that's interesting. Directing myself, to be honest with you, it was that was really interesting because about 2 weeks before we were supposed to shoot, I was still trying to scrape the money together. And so I was fundraising, trying to direct and trying to learn my lines and all that kind of stuff. And I said to the producer, Brian Edding, I said, I think we should just see if we can get an actor to play the lead. Like, let's go for John Cusack and see what he says or something.
Why not?
And he was going to strangle me. And he goes, it's too late. We can't. You're doing this. And because I was really stressed out. But ultimately, I'm glad I did it. But that might have hurt us on the distribution end because I wasn't a big name, even though we had some big names in it. But it was fun. It worked out, you know.
Big names are not always necessary. And it apparently did quite well, was very well received.
Yeah, it was okay. We've got a cult following, I suppose, and I was able to get it on some streaming platforms about 3 years ago. So I get a check for 3 cents every 2 years. So
They all add up. You just keep cashing those checks, mister.
Yeah. I've already got it spent.
All right, question number 6.
Okay.
From AI, indie filmmaking then versus now. If you were making The Godfather of Green Bay today, nearly, 20 years later?
Yeah.
What would be completely different?
The lead actor, I would probably cast someone else in my role that had a little more of a Q rating, I suppose. That's about the only thing I would do. Maybe have some more money, because you have to do things on the fly, which is kind of strange. Like we had a different bar to have as the exterior of the comedy bar, and we just ran out of time, so we had to use this kind of eyesore of a bar. But the interior was beautiful, but the exterior was just sort of a casualty of the shoot. Catherine, I think you're muted again, Catherine. But Catherine Lake is my guest, folks. Check out the John and Gordy show every morning on WMDX, or you can listen online at civicmedia.us. We kind of have to go anyway, Catherine, but can we do this again in like a month and kind of keep people updated as we get closer to the screening? Would that work? Okay, fantastic. Catherine is saying yes. We have a bit of a technical difficulty. This was really fun. Thank you very much for being on the show. We will do this again. Just keep drinking those Manhattans. Do it all the way through the morning show and tell the guys I said hello. This has been so much. She's toasting. Thank you very much, Catherine Lake. Outstanding stuff. Cannot wait for this screening. It's going to be so much fun. Coming up in just a few minutes, Dan Davies and director Michael Seibel will be here talking about the National Independent Film Association Awards. Brian from Green Bay says, let me read her lips, and guess what she says? Radio bronze.
It's not gold.
It's not gold. That's great. Gordy Young from Madison listening. Pete, will you please consider playing a couple of Three Stooges shorts or Popeye cartoons before the Godfather of Green Bay? To warm up the crowd. Just a thought. Gordy Young. Love Gordy and love John. Check their show out on WMDX or at civicmedia.us. Steve from Florida, Conrad's dad, checking in, says, any male celebrity that wears their hair in a bun. Come on, man. Get a haircut. Conrad, I think you got to do that next time you see your folks. Please have a man bun.
I did during COVID. I did have a man bun.
All right. We are coming right back to talk more about Conrad's man bun and talk about a really cool event coming up. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM. Come work with us. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state. Open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Day one of the government shutdown, the Senate voting on the same two bills they couldn't pass yesterday. The result was the same. Another vote won't come until Friday at the soonest. The stalemate leaving federal workers potentially without a paycheck, even when they're required to show up to work, like air traffic controllers and TSA agents. This controller at John Glenn International Airport in Columbus, Ohio.
You can only ask people to do so much, genuinely. Even if a service is very important, people are only going to do things out of the goodness of their heart for so long.
Lisa Cook keeps her job for now. The Supreme Court today declining to act on the Trump administration's effort to immediately remove her from her job as a Federal Reserve governor. The High Court will hear the case in January. Protests in multiple Mediterranean countries after activists on board a flotilla of vessels sailing toward Gaza today said that the Israeli Navy had intercepted 3 of its boats as they approached the besieged Palestinian territory. This is ABC News.
After further review, hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Packers coaching staff reviewing the tape of Sunday night's game in Dallas, in which Green Bay kicked a field goal with 1 second left ending in a tie. Matt LaFleur admits that was poor clock management.
Just looking at the clock, I'm like, oh my God, there's going to be no time left. It's a very humbling experience to go through that. It's unacceptable, quite honestly. And there's nothing we can do about it now other than we better learn from it, everybody.
The Packers have the week off before hosting the Bengals Sunday, October 12th. NBA, Bobby Portis says, after meeting with Bucks GM John Horst and coach Doc Rivers, he decided to stay in Milwaukee.
Being able to have that open dialogue, open communication with John, open communication with Doc, it's been a great experience for me being here in Milwaukee. Definitely would have been weird going to another franchise, and so I'm happy I'm here.
That's Bucks forward Bobby Portis with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. It can be hard for a filmmaker or artist to watch material they've created or were a part of. Sometimes it's because they watch it so much while making it, they just don't feel the need. But in the case of actor Paul Bettany, he can't watch A Knight's Tale anymore because of Heath Ledger, despite the film being a breakout role for Bettany, according to Yahoo News. The Da Vinci Code actor said recently at Comic-Con LA that he just misses his friend Ledger, who he called a playful, joyous spirit. The two bonded on the 2001 film in which Bettany plays Geoffrey Chaucer, and he says he has not seen it once since. Tubi is on fire. The streamer, which is mostly free, has dipped its toes into pro sports and is now doing a cannonball off the high dive. Tubi will be part of the Thanksgiving Day NFL extravaganza and air your Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions. It will be a simulcast with Fox Sports. Fox acquired Tubi in 2020. The streamer also has tons of great free movies if you don't mind a few ads. For more showbiz fun, tune into Night Light with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Join the family. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly cloudy tonight, a low in the mid-50s. Mostly sunny and staying warm for tomorrow, a high pretty close to 80. And we stay warm with 80s right on through the weekend. Some rain chances towards Sunday. Cooler next week. Currently, it's 66.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Jane Matnair and Greg Bach.
Coming up on the show, the endless wheel of litigation, which Trump-related...
My sweet Lord, oh my Lord, my sweet Lord.
Welcome back. Great to have you with me, folks. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Night Light on the Civic Media Radio Network. We are broadcasting statewide here from beautiful downtown Green Bay. Gordy Young from the 608 also says, mention Wisconsin's Bodine's doing music for the film. Yes. That's a great reminder, Gordy. The film we were just talking about with Catherine, the Godfather of Green Bay, Kurt Newman wrote a score, and we used a lot of Bodine songs. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to try to get Kurt out there on the 4th. I don't know how big of an order that will be as he lives in Austin, Texas, but we'll see what we can do. And where else are we here? Daniel Wheeler, Danny Wheels, a friend of my next guest, Dan Davies, says, when my son told me he was thinking of getting a mullet haircut, I replied, unless you are pitching for a Major League Baseball team, you are not. So only if you're rich, apparently. I think that's Daniel's message to his son. Rich Tallarico, our pal who wrote, I always have to say this sketch because it's so great, the substitute teacher sketch on Key and Peele says, Dr. Phil. Yeah, that's some good hair, Rich. Well done. Chad Fran says, does Pete Schwaba count? I do not. I'm not a celebrity, Chad, but thank you. Then Chad followed that up with, or you could say what celebrity has the best hair. And, of course, I would say Pete Schwaba. Wow, that's very kind. It's all downhill after the hair, but, yeah, thanks. And then finally, Sean Boyce, my pal from Marinette, says, the Cheeto Benito himself, Taco Don, walking around repping the free world with a dead animal resting on his grape. He says, what is that? Yeah, Trump's got bad hair, but you know what? There's probably some people that love it. I think it's pretty bad hair. I've never heard the word grape used to describe a scalp, though. So thank you for that, Sean. Great stuff, everybody. Once again, our keyword tonight, folks, is beer. B-E-E-R. Beer. Have fun with the Text to Win contest, and good luck, everybody. All right, we got to keep things moving here because this night is going by very quickly. It is my pleasure to welcome back to the show kind of a frequent flyer here at Nite. He is a Northeast Wisconsin-based actor, and he's a busy guy. Film festivals, Giant Spider Invasion remakes, and now somehow Dan Davies has found a way to host or put on the National Independent Film Association Awards, the 7th annual, and it's at the Appleton Beer Factory at 7 p.m. this Saturday, October 4th. Compliments of the Green Bay Film Festival. You get all that right, Dan?
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome,
by the
buddy.
way,
Yeah, you're
hello,
welcome.
Conrad.
It's great to have
hello,
you here.
Pete. How are you guys? We're super excited. It's our 7th annual, and we're at the Appleton Beer Factory, and now we're going to be partnered up with the Green Bay Film Festival, Film Green Bay Inc., as our fiscal receiver for 2026. So we're super excited about that.
How on earth...
Excuse me.
You know, I see how busy you are, and you're always trying to get new projects going, and you're like a really busy guy. How do you find time? What made you want to do this, and how do you make it work?
That's a great question. First of all, I don't sleep.
Yeah. You came in here like you hadn't eaten in 3 days. You wolfed down like two donuts.
Yeah, the Quick Trip donuts, yeah.
That helps.
And they're awesome, by the way, banana and cream flavored.
You owe us $4.50, by the way. But you're welcome.
But I guess, for me, it was always like before my films got onto Netflix or Hulu or whatever, people would be like, hey, Dan, where can I see your films? And so I thought about 7-8 years ago, I thought it'd be kind of fun to have my own film festival. So I crafted this National Independent Film Association and made the National NIFA Awards. And then I reached out I did a film with Tom Sizemore and Neil McCoy, and I said, if I gave you an award, would you accept it? And they said, oh, shit. Darn.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Live
that.
radio.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
You're okay.
Okay. So, and they did. They accepted, and that was just amazing. And then I thought, I know somebody who knows Sean Connery's manager in London. And so I reached out to her and said, would Sean Connery be honored to win this NIFA Lifetime Achievement Award? And she's like, I'm not sure, basically. But then I kind of weaseled my way and I said, well, send him the information. At that time, he's living in the Bahamas with his wife, Micheline, and he accepted.
Wow.
The award, the NIFA Lifetime Achievement Award winner.
Did he come here to Appleton?
No.
Okay.
By this time, he was within 6 months of shuffling off to Buffalo.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But he was excited for it. He said, thank you. And it was an honor. And his wife kind of was his mouthpiece, basically, on top of that. And, so he was our first NIFA Lifetime Achievement Award winner. So it's called the Connery Award in his honor.
I love it. Oh, that's so great. Dan Davies is here, folks, Northeast Wisconsin-based actor, and now apparently the founder of a film festival. I learn something new about Dan every time he's on the show. But let's bring in, we have another guest here who is to be honored at this year's NIFA Festival, and I'll let you introduce this wonderful director.
Michael Seibel has been a good friend of mine for over 15 years, and I've asked him the last couple years. He's been a Hollywood stalwart since about 1976, 1977. And his films have done pretty close to almost $400 million worth of total box office.
Wow.
And as a director and a major crew behind a lot of these films. And I pitched him one time. I said, would you like this award? And he said, no.
He's like a true friend.
Yeah, and then I said, "No, I'm serious. You're very deserved, and I think you'd be amazing for it." And he said, "Yeah." So he acquiesced, and he's now our 7th annual Connery NIFA Lifetime Achievement Award winner.
That's pretty cool. Let's bring him on right now. Michael Seibel joining us now from Parts Beyond. Hi, Michael.
Hey, good to be on the show.
It's great to have you here. And are you coming into Appleton? Will you be here in person?
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
I really was honored that when Dan asked me the first maybe 3 years of the NIFA Awards, and I had to do my hair, and I think I'm the first. I think I'm the first award winner that actually has his own hair still, and
history will be made.
And of course, the number and in the Bible, 7 is the number of perfection. So when Dan asked me, I was more than honored to accept, and I'm looking forward to it this Saturday night.
That's outstanding. Will this be your first time in Wisconsin, Michael, or have you been here?
Oh, my goodness. I was born in Madison.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And raised in Wausau. I'm editing a book right now that is going to be published in March of 2026. It's a memoir of growing up in Wausau. And so, yeah, I've always been from here. And then when I was about, 20, I moved to Los Angeles. I finished college at UCLA and in the film school. And was out there for many, many years. But I did move back here to raise my kids and be with living grandparents for my kids about 15 years ago now. So I am a total cheesehead.
We were on the same timeline there because we came back a little bit after that. So are you in Wausau right now?
No, I'm in Appleton.
Oh, in Appleton.
And
okay.
We moved from Wausau in the middle of my junior year of high school.
Gotcha.
Wausau was becoming a little depressed, a recession or whatever you want to call it. And my dad was an architect, and when you're not building buildings, you've got to find greener pastures. So we definitely moved over here to Appleton.
My guests are Dan Davies, Wisconsin-based actor, and an honoree of his big event coming up this weekend, the NIFA Awards. Michael Seibel, a director who has worked with some really great talent. Michael, I wanted to ask you, you worked with Peter O'Toole, James Garner, Brian Dennehy, and Amy Garcia, an actress a lot of people might not know. I think she's outstanding. Who have been some of the best people you've worked with as far as you're concerned?
Well, you've named a few already. Let's go with Omar Sharif.
Wow.
And you mentioned, Abigail Breslin was phenomenal. She had already done a movie that was in the can when I worked with her. It was called Little Miss Sunshine, but it wasn't out yet. And she was a phenom. And I've worked with a lot of people. Michael Biehn, honored to work with him. He was at one time in, the first Terminator.
Yeah.
Aliens, The Abyss.
He was a parent at our school. He was a fellow parent. Very nice guy. Very soft-spoken guy. I don't know him, but I mean, we nodded at each other. But yeah, he's done some really cool movies.
Yeah, when I occasionally speak at a school, I'm going, well, if I'm at a grade school, they want to know how much I made. If I'm in a junior high to a high school, they want to know if I know any famous people.
Right.
And then after that, they want to know, how do you get an agent? How do you get distribution?
Or put me in a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. That is always there. And so there's a very an evolutionary scale of what kind of questions people ask.
So, Dan, have you guys worked together? Have you and Michael worked together?
So he's worked with a step cousin of mine, John Rice Davies, who played Sulla in Indiana Jones. So the Davies people, they're Welsh, and we're all like tribal people and clannish people. So he's got amazing stories about Peter O'Toole and Omar Sharif and John Rice Davies and James Garner and these huge luminaries. And Michael is a luminary in and of himself, and I'm proud to be his friend. And I haven't worked with him yet per se, although he's worked kind of undercover on some projects. And I'll just leave it at that.
Well, Dan, let's just say this: the day will come. John Rhys Davies also played. My gosh, he was in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah. Oh,
and
right.
and then he also played within that Treebeard. So I was in India directing a film called One Night with a King, and we would spend a lot of time in pre-production just having a scotch on the portico or the veranda. And
So great.
I would be falling asleep from jet lag with Treebeard whispering poetry in my ear. So, but John Rhys Davies is an honor. I actually, when I was brought in to direct this film, even to audition to direct this film, which is the story of Esther from the Bible, Old Testament, they said, well, we've already hired a Mordecai. And I'm going, well, who have you hired? You know, I mean, because as a director, you kind of want to have a choice in these matters. And of course, Dan, one day that will lead to me hiring you as well. But they showed me an Indian actor who was Hindu, and nothing wrong with the Hindu people; they're lovely people and all that. But I said, there's like the top 5 famous Jewish guys in the Bible. Well, Jesus, Abraham, Moses, whatever. But Mordecai is like number 5 or number 6. I go, you're not going to get a Hindu guy to play Mordecai. They'll burn me at the stake. So he said, who do you want? Who do you want? I go, well, John Rhys Davies. And a couple of the producers did the old, victory fist in the air in the room. And we got John Rhys Davies to play the role. And at the very end, the producer said to me, "So, Michael, John Rhys Davies, famous Jewish guy, right? What tribe is he with?" I go, "Oh, he's the missing Welsh tribe,
Oh, that's funny.
So,
That's awesome.
Always hire the best actor,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to do a short break. We'll be back. We'll have a few more minutes with our guests, Michael Seibel and Dan Davies. Tony, the trucker from the 608 says, Pete, the Cheeto Messiah, particularly because of what is beneath the mop. I kind of expected a lot of Trump answers about the hair question. Hi, Peter and Conrad. Love your show. So down to earth, and you make it all so fun. That's John from Madison. Thank you, John. And he says, and so racy and illegal, too, because of Dan's potty mouth. But we'll
did
work
that
around
get across?
No, we'll take it out of the...
dear Lord, I'm so sorry.
We'll send you the bill from the FCC. All right, we're coming right back to wrap it up here on Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Connecting audiences, powering brands. This is Civic Media. Learn more at civicmedia.us/advertise.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on wgbw.fm/contest-terms. As Wisconsin is saying the word bag instead of bag. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on wgbw.fm/contest-terms. As Wisconsin is saying the word bag instead of
here, folks. Dan Davies is here and director Michael Seibel. Dan is a local actor and the founder of the National Independent Film Association, and their awards are taking place this weekend. We'll be right back to the guys. We've got a couple texts here to get through. John Murray from Madison says, not sure what the question is about hair, but the answer probably is Dennis Rodman. Just saying, that's a good one. Thank you, John. Or maybe Grace Jones. That's a good one, too. Then John also said Omar Sharif, because Michael was talking about Omar Sharif and directing him. He says, Omar Sharif was my mother's favorite actor ever. Dr. Zhivago was amazing. Well done, John. Thank you. Steady Eddie checking in says, he's in the 608. He says, there's this guy. He's a rising celebrity. Goes by the name of Pete Schwaba. Don't know if that is his real name. Yeah, that's the one I went with. I wanted a fake name, Steady Eddie, and I picked one I have to spell every time I'm on the phone with customer service. He says, don't know if that's his real name, but it's a great name for a comedian. Unlike Bon Jovi, Pete doesn't have to work on his haystack mop top for 2 hours to make it look messy and unkept. It happens honestly and organically. I must admit, it's working for Schwaba. Go with the flow, Pete. Most of the time, Pete's naturally semi-unkept hair looks pretty good, but occasionally on his really bad hair days, it has been said that Pete's Schwaba Daba Do is better described as a Schwaba Daba Don't. Steady Eddie, that was funny. That was a book. That was awesome. Thank you, buddy. I think, are we good, Conrad? Did I get all the time?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Let's jump back into our interview with our pals, Dan Davies, who is here every so often, a very accomplished actor from Northeast Wisconsin here. So, Dan, you started this National Independent Film Association. This is great. You're back here again. You brought Michael Seibel, very accomplished director. It's great getting to know him as well. National Independent Film Association from Appleton. Why not, right? Are you getting the national attention you want with every year?
Yeah, our 7th year. This is our 7th year. We had over 200 submissions from over 20 countries.
Okay.
And it's been just amazing. The growth has been. And I'm a big believer in independent film, you know, and actually so is Michael. And Michael's got this Western coming out, which is going to be amazing, which I'm really excited to see. But I've always been a fan of it, and I've always loved that by your bootstraps type of ideal when you go into filmmaking. And I've loved horror films, and with horror films too, it lends itself well to the independent spirit, you know, low budget.
Michael, speaking of independent films, you've done what look like some much bigger budget films. Dan just mentioned you've also done independent films. As a director, just speaking creatively, what do you prefer? I'm sure you will like the big budget for, you know, some freedom, but creatively, what gets you excited?
Well, I'm sure that I'm going to mangle this quote from Orson Welles, who directed Citizen Kane, that that art needs a bit of restraint. You need a schedule, you need a tight schedule, you need a tight budget in order to make you bring out your best creative decisions. Now, that was a very bad paraphrase, but in essence, art needs a bit of a restraint.
Okay.
And because I think you're seeing a lot of Netflix films coming out by some prominent directors that are just landing flat because they were handed a checkbook and just go do what you want, and there wasn't the passion to it or whatever. And so true art needs to have handcuffs on it. That's my quote.
Boy, that's very interesting. I mean, I agree with you to a degree. I've been part of a script that was sold where it got ruined by too many cooks. And then I got to do something independently that I loved. And I feel like these big time, like Harold Ramis, let's say, or the Farrelly brothers, especially when it comes to comedy, I trust the comedians more, I think, than I trust the people in suits, so to speak, for lack. Not that there aren't great ones, but I do agree with what you're saying too. Sometimes people go wild and it's just a train wreck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you got to have, a lot of great cinema in general has come out of happy accidents, ad libs, all kinds of things like that. So, yeah.
Well said. So if people want to attend the National Independent Film Association Awards this weekend, Dan, how do they do it?
So tickets are still available. If they look under NIFA Awards, it's at the Appleton Beer Factory this Saturday at 7 p.m. You can come to the door and pick up tickets are very cheap, $15, or you can order them online, NIFA-awards.org, NIFA-awards.org. And again, it's going to be a full 2 hours of seeing some great short films. We're actually going to be seeing one of Michael's first films from 1976. We're re-premiering this film.
It's my UCLA Film School thesis film, and just this past year, after years of wanting to do it, I had it completely restored, back from the negative and the original Niagara tapes. And I had a team of editors and mix people and Emmy awarding mixers and all of that recreate the film to exactly the way it seemed to be. And it's only been shown once, and that's to a crowded theater at UCLA where I got straight A's in the class. And this will be the second time it's ever been shown publicly.
A 4.0, that's impressive.
Yep. So we'll have
that's
that
awesome.
and a few other short films, and Michael will be awarded the NIFA Lifetime Achievement Award winner, and my shenanigans and shtick, and it's going to just be an amazing night, Saturday night.
NIFA, folks, is NIFA, so Google that and check it out. Dan always does a great job. Michael will be there. It sounds like a fun night. The key word, one more time, is beer. That's for you, Tom. B-E-E-R, and it's also compliments of Dan Davies, who likes to kick a few back once in a while. John Murray from Madison says, Steady Eddie is a freaking hoot. Nice work. I love when the listeners interact. Guys, this has been so much fun. Dan Davies, Michael Seibel, have a great time this weekend, and it was great talking with you guys tonight.
You bet, Pete. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Pete.
Tomorrow night, Vince Morano makes the popcorn pick of the week. Chicago-based comedian who is coming up here to do a show. We'll talk to Vince. And then our pal Rob Thomas, film critic from Madison, joins the show as well. More fun tomorrow night on Nightlight. On behalf of the lovable producer Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
Take me to your best friend's house, mama.